Today is a pretty special day because not only do I have this very large box that I get to open, I'm also finally going to organize some of my shop and finish a project for once. Finally, something will be done, complete. I won't have to think about it anymore. Not that I've been thinking about it a whole lot lately because it's been sitting buried back there for like 4 months. Yes, that's right. Behind the Goldwing, behind the Ducati, behind the DT 175, and behind my summer tires for the Miata sits my 2013 Kawasaki Ninja 300 Street Fighter. Now this bike was a flip that I bought in wrecked condition for just $600 with the intention of, as cheaply as possible, turning it into a respectable, safe, streetable machine. And honestly, that goal's been achieved, but there's some aspects that are just a bit unfinished that I'd like to wrap up before actually calling it done. But first, I have to actually get to it. Well, it's not perfect, but it's quite a bit better. I need a second person so I can put up my other set of shelves and really get things going here, but box time. This is actually 2 boxes put together and I have absolutely no idea what end to open it on, so we're just gonna pick one. Oh, good, it's full of packing peanuts. Crap. This is the tail section for a Kawasaki Ninja 300. This was sent to me by John Tesmer of JTL Power Sports. Check the link in the description if you want some more bike stuff. He just acquired a slew of really awesome vintage bikes, including an original Honda Hurricane, like completely original. I am so jealous. Anyway, this is more or less the last piece that my Ninja 300 needs in order to be complete. Well, as complete as it's going to be. As complete as my build is going to be. Check it out. JTL sent some little stickers. Yes. Muy perfecto. Now, if you're new to the channel, which according to my YouTube analytics, almost all of you are, you probably don't know about my 2013 Kawasaki Ninja 300. I bought this thing for just $600. It had been wrecked, then stolen, then wrecked again, and yet it still has a clean title. I don't know how that works. I guess it just never actually got totaled, but it was in pretty poor shape when I got it, and I kind of rebuilt it into this sort of naked standard thing and replaced all the parts that were ruined when it was stolen, like the key cylinders and all that kind of thing. But one thing that always bugged me was that the rear end looked really, really unfinished without fairings on it. You know, there's a naked bike, but this stuff just needs to be covered. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish today. And also I just kind of want to extend this orange theme back to the rest of the bike. So really what needs to happen here first is I need to take all of this apart and get it ready for paint so that it can become orange and then the bike can be more orange. I do like that this this new taillight is excellent because the old taillight has black spray paint overspray on it because this whole thing was just like painted with bed liner or something because thieves, I guess. Screw thieves, really. So I got the fairings off, which was really just a few little push pin rivets, and then you just pull, and then I'm just kind of peeling this ZX3R sticker, which I don't think it's called that in America. I wonder if this is actually like off a Canadian bike or something. I've installed a whole bunch of extra fingerprints on top of the ones that come from the factory, but I'm just gonna scuff this with some 600 grit sandpaper, and I'm gonna hit it with my last can of Rust-Oleum Farm and Implement paint. This stuff is actually pretty good. Dries to a reasonable finish, but it's super, super durable for something that came out of a can. The problem with a lot of spray paint that I've had in the past is that it just doesn't cure very hard. It just kind of stays gummy forever, especially, you know, your regular Rust-Oleums. So I actually really like this stuff. And Husqvarna Orange. I mean, Husqvarna actually makes motorcycles, so it's sort of appropriate, except it's on a Ninja. Here's the parts after sanding. I cleaned them off with some mineral spirits and a cloth, and as you can see, it's all now a dull black color, so there's now some texture for the paint to grab onto. So now once I'm done warming up my spray can, we can take those on outside and make them become orange. My first coat when I paint with rattle cans is typically going to be something like this, very, very, very light. This paint just kind of goes on heavy, so lightness is what you make of it, but the idea here is to try and reduce runs as much as possible and give the subsequent coats something to adhere to. I suppose this does it for now, really, for this bike. I'd love to do some riding, but there's no insurance on this right now, and I'm recovering from a injection in my back anyway, so this sort of thing just really isn't on the table. But I'm super stoked with how it came out. For just being spray paint in less than ideal conditions, it was a little bit cold outside. The finish isn't terrible. I mean, it's got a little, it's orange peely, but it's got a decent gloss to it, and it's drying pretty hard. It's not completely dry yet. I definitely wouldn't go dragging a fingernail along it. It seems to take like 2 weeks to actually set up to the point where it's super durable. Like I can't make a mark on this with my fingernails. I could probably drag my fingernail through that and it'd leave a dull spot. So I want to hold off on that for now. Overall, this thing turned out exactly how I was hoping, really. It's an orange, naked, standard street bike. I love it. And it's got, you know, a decent riding position. One thing I kind of wish is that the handlebars were just up like an inch more. It doesn't have, you know, it's not a real hunched over sport bike, and I think it would really benefit from just kind of abandoning all pretense of being that and being more of an upright, comfy street bike. I may see if I can get something made to lift those up. Maybe bar risers exist for these. I'm not sure. I guess I could look that up. Maybe this project isn't done yet. There's always more you can do. But for now, this is a completed bike. This is what I pictured, and since I've achieved that, I'm going to put a stamp of approval. That was my imaginary stamp going to approve it. My stamp of approval, and I'm going to call this project done. There's nothing more that I need to do to it. More that I want? Sure. And finishing a project sure is a rarity. Maybe next video I can wrap another one up? Who knows? Guess we'll find out. Thanks for watching.